Men have always tried to understand how the female brain works. The female brain is a mysterious place that holds many secrets. The female brain is organized differently, so it is no wonder that men sometimes find it extremely difficult to understand women. There is scientific evidence to suggest that there is a physical difference between the male and female brain. There is a big difference in the way women show their emotions and feelings, why they do certain things. The only thing that can unite women and men is the desire to be happy. How often do you encounter misunderstanding of women's statements, requests, or desire for something extraordinary and fantastic? Yes, women are great masters of their craft in this, and we only have to learn more about their behavior and secrets that they hide from us men. Today, I will tell you 30 interesting psychological facts about women and their behavior. Some facts may even make you laugh, so don't be surprised and enjoy. Women respond differently to pain and anxiety. Women are more prone to depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other anxiety disorders. Women are more prone to depression because they often blame themselves for difficult and challenging life situations. Women's intuition is biological rather than mystical. Women are not only better at memorizing another person's appearance, but also more correctly identify unspoken messages expressed in facial expressions, posture, and voice intonation. A woman's attachment to a man is stronger than a man's attachment to a woman. Therefore, women tend to be more eager to start a family. This is due to higher levels of oxytocin and the fact that women have better developed parts of the brain, such as the ventral shell, the pale nucleus, and the frontal part of the brain, where long-term attachment is concentrated. No matter how insignificant the subject matter, most women tend to overthink. Overthinking is an innate trait inherent in most women. Women with higher IQs have a harder time finding a mate. Smart women are more likely to stay single than be with the wrong person. 80% of women use silence to express pain. I really like the fact that a woman only argues with someone she really cares about. Fewer arguments occur when she is less interested. Well, of course, women process information and thoughts faster than men. Studies have shown that women are most jealous of ladies who wear red outfits. In other words, the color red to them is a threat from another woman. Women do love to keep track of which stars have gotten married, divorced, or pregnant. Somehow, this knowledge makes them happy. Experiments have shown that women are much better at remembering things to be done than things already done. That is, a girl, having completed something, in a flash throws it out of her head for uselessness. 8 women out of 10 have one breast larger than the other. Most often it's the left one. The difference, however, is not really significant. Did you suspect that the brain is drawn to free stuff? Our brains are wired in such a way that we get less dopamine from an equal exchange than from something free. This is why stolen candy from the store tastes better than store-bought candy. The claim that humans only use 10% of their brain is a myth. Now I will surprise you with some incredible facts about the human body, and I will tell you some very shocking information. The body glows in the dark. Our body is similar to fireflies, some mushrooms, and sea creatures in that it too has bioluminescence. But man himself cannot see this glow, because it is 1,000 times weaker than our vision can detect. The brightness varies depending on the time of day. The peak of brightness is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The face, eyes, and the area around the thyroid gland are the brightest. There are people who can get drunk without alcohol. Such a peculiarity is called autobrewery syndrome. This is a metabolic disorder, when sugar does not get processed into carbohydrates. In this case, it begins to ferment, ethanol is formed, and a person gets tipsy. But such people should not be envied. In ordinary life, they often face problems. They will be deprived of their license for drunk driving, or even kicked out of work. Wet, wrinkled fingers are not gross, as some may say, but a necessary ability. There are times when sitting in the bathtub or pool makes your fingers wrinkly. And it's not because your skin has steamed up. Scientists say it's a special ability of the body that makes fingers more tenacious. Many studies show that people with water-wrinkled skin have a better grip on slippery floors and a better grip on wet objects. Did you know that in one day you produce a bottle of saliva? The salivary glands of the body produce 2 to 6 cups of saliva a day. But we cannot choke on it because we constantly swallow it. At night, however, this risk is very real because the swallowing reflex almost does not work. Because of this, the body reduces the amount of saliva produced. That's why our mouths are so dry in the morning. And let me tell you this, sweat does not have a bad odor. In fact, sweat doesn't smell like anything at all because it's made up of water and acids secreted by the apocrine glands. It's all the bacteria's fault. They decompose these acids, and their products give off an unpleasant odor. I know it will come as a surprise to many people, but there are 3 kilograms of bacteria living in us. Unpleasant news for the purists and introverts, the number of bacteria living in the human body is 3 times the number of its own cells. And they weigh an average of 1 to 3 pounds. In addition to bacteria, fungi, protists, and viruses live in us. And not all of them are freeloaders. Some perform useful functions, protect against harmful substances and pathogens, even participate in digestion. Did you know that the brain makes the body weaker? Our brain is constantly reducing the strength of our muscles. Because if they tense up to their full strength, they will break our bones. This is why people in emergencies can lift something heavy, like a car. The human body is capable of exhibiting tremendous strength, but it is because of this that it is capable of hurting itself. That's why our caring brain keeps our muscles in a relaxed state. Of course, many people could guess about it, but man does not like his own voice because of the peculiarities of the body structure. Almost all people in the world do not like the sound of their recorded voice. The fact is that on the recording it lacks the low frequencies to which we are accustomed. During conversation, sound waves pass through the skull to the ear, and such a mechanism of bone conduction transmits low frequencies better than air. And on a recording, we just hear our voice traveling through the air to the recording source. That's why it sounds a little higher than we're used to. Well, now you're going to be shocked for sure. The dust is made up of human skin, it's unbelievable. You were wondering why there was so much dust on your closet and under your bed. That dust is there thanks to the efforts of your epidermis. In a year, you shed about half a kilo of skin, which settles on the floor and in upholstered furniture to the delight of dust mites. According to researchers, almost 50% of dust is made up of dead skin cells. Research scientists have proven that a man who hugged a woman for at least 15 to 20 seconds, she will trust more than other men. This is explained by the fact that during hugging a woman has a release of oxytocin in the brain. Oxytocin is a neuropeptide that promotes attachment and trust. As a consequence, a woman begins to trust more the person who hugged her. Women value honesty much more than men. Proof of this is a statistic that says that a woman deceives someone twice less than a man. On average, it is 3 times a day, while men do it 6 times a day. In women, alcohol intoxication always comes faster than in men, and it has nothing to do with weight. The explanation is simple. In women, the enzymes that break down and remove alcohol from the body are less active than in men. Because of this, alcohol stays in the bloodstream for a longer period of time. In women, the hair on the head lives much longer, although it is thinner. One hair on the head lasts 4 to 5 years, while in men 2 to 3 years. And they grow deeper, on average 2 inches. It's all thanks to the female hormone estrogen. It also makes the female body minimally covered with hairs. Woman perfectly hears high frequencies and well distinguishes the slightest changes in tone, as her brain is programmed to clearly perceive the child's cry. A woman will also hear the alarm clock from the first seconds, but the snore of her lover may not wake her up at all. The whole secret is in the tonality of sounds.